Anything? Water? Ice?
French fries from Jake's.
French fries? It's not your typical post-surgery request, but I can talk to the doctor, see what we can do.
I don't need anything but you.
Listen, Siobhan, our marriage has been kind of confusing, you know, because we don't really know what it is exactly, but I want to be there for you, and I want to treat you better, and, you know, give us a real shot.
Before you make promises that you might not be able to keep, you need to know that you're Aiden's real father.
That Aiden's my son?
You don't seem that surprised.
I just found out myself. Elizabeth told me, but how did you find out?
I went over to Elizabeth's after you and I got married. She went into the kitchen for a moment, and the test results, they were right there on the table in front of me. I didn't mean to pry, but there it was.
Why didn't you say something to me?
Well, Elizabeth, she clearly had her reasons for staying silent. And I didn't feel like it was my secret to tell. Perhaps I was wrong. Maxie Jones knows too.
Maxie? Well, that explains a lot. She's been hovering lately, trying to get Elizabeth and I to spend more time together. Now Elizabeth has to tell Nicholas, and I'm sure this is just going to devastate him.
You know the truth. You and Elizabeth, you share another child. So you might want to rethink all those lovely promises you made.
Look, this is all going to take a while to process. You know, the fact that Aiden's my son. But it doesn't have to change anything between us.
You don't have to stay with me.
We got married, didn't we?
We got married so that I could have a green card. Now, it seems to me a child's a bigger priority.
I've been Cam's father his whole life. I can be Aiden's too, and we can still be together.
We always said no strings.
You trying to get rid of me? No, just be honest.
If you're saying out of obligation, yes. Damn straight.
Whose idea was it to get married, anyway?
Yours.
That's right. So you can't talk me out of it? So stop arguing. Just rest. I don't even know where to start.
Wherever you want. But only if you want to. You look like you've been hit by a truck, Lucky. If you want to just sit and be quiet and give yourself some time to process, that's fine with me.
You're not the slightest bit angry with me for almost getting you killed?
Well, you didn't intend for me to run in like a fool and have the house fall on me. Now, if you'd callously plotted my death, I'd say that's a whole other story.
Do you know where I was when Elizabeth found me? Told me that Aiden was my son? I was at the Haunted Star with a drink in my hand.
Given everything that you're going through, I can see how getting drunk would have some appeal. You know, unfortunately, when you sober up, all those things that you're trying to escape, they're right there waiting for you. And in the meantime, they've probably gotten worse.
I like how you restrained yourself from throwing the 12 steps back at my face. I really appreciate that.
Well, I can't say that I've had experience with addiction recovery prior to you. But you're all the proof I need that it works. It doesn't mean that you never have a slip. If you drink tonight, I have all the confidence that you'd get yourself into a program. And the good news is, Elizabeth stopped you.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. And so did Aiden.
Hey, you okay?
I'm okay.
How's Lucky? I got a message from him, said you were with him at the hospital.
Well, now that Siobhan is going to recover, he's doing better.
He burned that damn house down, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And that's sad, you know? Because he's starting to act like his father. Like burning it down would actually make a difference. I don't know, maybe the police will assume Luke did it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He's been threatening to burn that house down for as long as I can remember. Going on and on about how it's like a prison. I mean, seriously, like it's a crime for my mother to want to settle down and have a family, have some happiness in her life. Adventure and pleasure and action and gambling and booze or whatever it is, the things you enjoy in the moment, that you know, that's okay with Luke. But contentment and commitment and love from his family doesn't.
I didn't come here to talk about the fire or Luke. I have something I need to tell you, and I should have told you months ago. And I'm so sorry.
Sorry for what?
Aiden isn't your son. He's Lucky's. You know how Jake looks so much like Jason? The same eyes and that funny little scowl. And I knew at some point I was going to have to tell Jakey the truth. But the same way Jake looks like Jason, Aiden looks like Lucky. And I'm not the only one who sees it. Other people have mentioned it to me before, so I thought, why not just get another paternity test? So I did. And I got the results back the night Jake got hit. That's what I was doing. That's why I wasn't paying attention when Jakey ran out the front door. I had just read that Aiden is Lucky's son.
Is that it?
I was in shock after the accident. I couldn't find the right words to tell you and Lucky. And the more time that passed, the more difficult it was to tell you. And you were so wonderful and so supportive of both of us that I just, how could I repay you by taking away your son?
This is not necessary.
I found Lucky tonight. I found him at the haunted store. He had a drink in front of him. He was giving up on his sobriety. He was giving up on himself. And I realized that I had waited too long.
Did he take that drink? Did he?
No.
Ah.
No, we talked for a little bit, and he went to see Siobhan at the hospital, and I came straight here to tell you.
I get it. So telling Lucky that he's Aiden's father kept him sober, yes?
Yes.
That's what you wanted.
Yes.
So you lied to him.
You know, Aiden was kidnapped when he was a newborn.
Yeah, you told me. That mad artist, Frankel. You left Aiden with his mother, and you were the one who found him.
Yeah, and I held him in my arms on the plane ride home, and I just wished so badly that he was mine.
I know he is.
It's crazy. But what does that even mean? You know, I mean, how does sharing the same genes with Aiden make him any more mine than Cam and Jake?
Well, I don't think that you'll love Aiden more than you love Cam or Jake. But maybe you'll see more of yourself in him. You'll discover ways that Aiden is like you, and then there'll be plenty of ways that he isn't, I'm sure.
You know, when Elizabeth told me I didn't believe her at first. I thought she was lying to keep me from drinking. But once it penetrated, I didn't even want to drink. So I don't ever want Aiden to look at me.
Like you look at Luke.
Yeah. And you know, Cam, he doesn't have to worry about the Spencer DNA. But Aiden does. And he's only been my son for, what, an hour, and I'm already scared for him.
On the contrary. If he turns out anything like you, he'll be a fine man.
Look who's talking. You're in the hospital because of me. It's not just the potential for addiction, you know? I mean, it's the whole thing. It's the romance of self-destruction, and it's really strong in my family.
Everybody falls. Lucky. It's the picking yourself up that counts in the end. If, you know, someday in the future, Aiden disappoints himself, he winds up an addict, or he burns down the house, you'll be there to show him that he can stand up and keep going and do better, just like his dad.
I have Aiden's paternity test at home.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one bit. You're a nurse. Who's more qualified than you to fake a paternity
I
test?
didn't fake it. Helena tampered with the first
Oh,
two.
you've always wanted Lucky to be Aiden's father. Come on.
That's not fair.
When Lucky got together with Siobhan, you were afraid you were going to lose him, so you fake a paternity test to make it look like
No,
Lucky's
that's not what
Aiden's father.
happened.
Yes,
That's
it
not-
is.
no, it's
That is
not.
exactly what happened. And then Jake died, and you couldn't go with your big plan.
No.
So you probably stuffed the paternity test in a drawer somewhere in your house.
Nicholas, you've even held it.
It doesn't matter if I held it or if I viewed it in a damn PowerPoint presentation. It's a lie. Lucky committed arson tonight. Siobhan almost died because of it. Right? We know that. Lucky was ready to pick up a drink. To your own self-admission, you were desperate to save him. So what's the natural
So I
thing to
told
do?
the truth.
Stop it. That's not the truth.
Nicholas, I'm sorry. I know you are hurting. But Aiden is Lucky's son.
Aiden is my son. Look, I feel really bad for you and Lucky. But there is no way that I'm just going to hand over my son to you as a replacement for Jake. No way.
How could you say that?
How can I say that? Because you are grieving for your child, which is why I'm going to excuse you from walking in here and telling this lie.
Nicholas, it's not a lie.
You would do anything for Lucky, damn it. You would lie for him. You would give your son to him. But understand this, there is no way in hell I'm giving him mine.
Okay. I'm gonna leave now, and I'm just gonna let you think about this.
When you go to Lucky and you apologize to him, say you're sorry. Okay? Tell him you lied. Tell him why you lied. Then tell him we'll get through it just like we get through everything else.
You know, denying this isn't gonna make it go away.
I can forgive you for this, Elizabeth. But you need to lay this down right now. And never mention it again.